like, I grew up on reading these books, like The Case of the Burning Candle and all of that, because my grandma had these really old copies. So what made you feel like this was a great time to sort of modernize this particular heroine in this particular story?
I mean, the thing that's so cool about Nancy Drew is it's like never the wrong time because she's so universal and everybody's read her and all these generations of people. So we were saying before, like, I can't believe that we got to do, like, I can't believe we were the ones to grab this. Because I do think a lot of people have tried to bring it to the air. The last time it was on a TV screen was the 1970s. So, which is crazy. So, you know, to say why it's good now, Nancy has been updated for the year 2019, and she's a little bit more complicated. She's not as prim and proper as she was in the books. So this is how girls are, and that's sort of how they've always been. But now we're really going to tell that story.
Are there any things that are going to come from the book, like any special part of the stories or anything?
Like Easter eggs, you know, like canon shout-outs, a lot of names, characters, places, titles, or, you know, our titles of our episodes will feel like Nancy Drew, The Secret of the Old Morgue, or one is the title, you know, The Hidden Staircase, or they're kind of like an homage, and there's a lot of love for Nancy Drew's original canon in the show, but I think mostly we've taken those elements and invented something new and consistent within its own world that we're really passionate about.
I'm curious where a lot of the supernatural inspiration came from for the show, and because I know there was some like kind of spooky in some previous adaptations, but for what reason did you want to make that a focus of the show?
So, if you go back and you look at all the original classic Nancy Drew books, there's always a hint of something supernatural. There's always like a ghost or a haunting or a mask that's haunted. It's always something. It always turns out, of course, in the books to be like some analog answer. There never actually were ghosts in Nancy Drew, and so I just thought, well, what if there are ghosts? What does that look like? So that was the jumping off point.
So what do you hope that people that are familiar with the past like adaptations of it,
people like me,
from different generations, like what do you hope that multiple generations will be able to take away from this with the update?
I think there's a spirit of hopefulness, and kind of like relentless can-do, stick-to-itiveness in a way that's very Nancy Drew. But it is also a very 2019 take on it. I told my mom, Nancy has sex in this show. And my mom said, oh, my goodness, I feel like some people react like that. But I also feel like it's tastefully done. It's sort of a PG-13 take on it, I would say. It's definitely not nearly as, I don't know, pushing the edges. Many shows out there that lots of kids watch. So I'm not concerned about that. I'm a parent. I have a 14-year-old, and I'm totally fine with her watching it if she wants to. But the other part of it that is kind of like multi-generational or like with respect to what's come before is that I think that the things that we've picked up on, the themes in the books and the way the characters interact and the emotional authenticity of it, I hope and I think will really resonate with people, because that's what drew me to the books, the kind of adventure, but I have a heart and I really care about my friends and I've got this relationship with my dad, and you just felt like this is somebody who I could know or hang out with, which is not true of all shows.
No, and it's also just the spirit that anybody can be a detective. Right. Anybody can solve crimes.
So in the book with Nancy, she was more of like an immaculate character. In the series, she's going to be much more complicated. What was your decisions like behind like deciding on how to bring this modern twist to Nancy?
Well, I think it's just by looking at the world outside and seeing the diversity and seeing that sometimes 19-year-old girls have sex and it happens, and if we're going to do it, then we're going to show what really healthy consensual relationships look like. And we're gonna confront issues that people Nancy's age and everyone have to, the death of a parent and not being where you want to be in life, being frustrated, being caught up in a situation that you didn't plan for.
Last question, please.
Speaking on that as well, with the creatives as well as the cast, and it seems like a very like female show as well. It's really great that there's women that are running the show. Well, how important was that to you as far as production-wise and casting?
Well, we have wonderful men also.
Yeah, we do love our men.
But we are really proud of having a very diverse and inclusive cast and crew and writers room, on every level. From camera department to the producing staff to the editing staff to the writers. I mean, our writers room is so great. And I think those different viewpoints make the show better. And I think as far as the female perspective, there are some things that you experienced differently as a woman. And I think some of the stories in particular, without spoilers, that we are going to tell have a it's very specific to being a young woman and what happens to young women and the pressures they face and the kinds of the different sorts of obstacles they may encounter. And we also have some very, I would say, male-driven stories, and the things that, like there's a father-son relationship coming up. Very important to us that in the pilot, if you've seen it, you find out that Nick was convicted of manslaughter. We get a lot of his story, and it was very authentic to the experience of an intern who we hired after doing research, because he had been convicted of manslaughter as a teen, and he had done it in self-defense, but he'd spent years in prison, and his detailed insights into what happens in prison life was just so fascinating. We could never have made it up, ever. So I think it's more about being inclusive of all kinds of viewpoints as a way to enrich the story.
Thank you.